The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is Kirk Franklin, and I just want to say these damn kids don't appreciate shit. You just had to whoop their ass and kick them on their fucking neck and knock their motherfucking ass out. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Kirk Franklin. You listen to the X and Y show.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Greetings. How you doing? Welcome to another segment of the X-My Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt. It's been a while. It's been, a couple of weeks? 3 weeks. Those of you listening to the show are regulars. You know that I moved to another place. The other place I was in, they was asking for, they went up $1,000. I told them, kiss my ass. Shit, you know, the manager was looking at me like that was a deal. Shit. I said, y'all can have this shit. So I got a better crib. I live in downtown. This is the first time I lived downtown, actually. I always thought downtown living was overrated. But I like it. It's considerably smaller, but it's more snazzier. Got more style, and it's a lot more fine-ass women around here. And I got a view. I think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post my view on my Instagram page, and it's a view of the pool. And, there's, some women, ladies be going out there getting sunbathing and, and all kind of things. And, I it's not that I'm staring at them, but it's a good view. So I'm digging this, like, shit, I should have been over here. I don't want nobody to think I'm a pervert. Well, I am a pervert. I'm proud of it. Shit. I don't know why everybody, you get called a pervert. And, yeah, I'm a pervert. What the fuck I'm supposed to be looking at? Shit. So, got a nice views. Got a lot of views down there. And the building is not even full yet. So I can't wait till the summertime. I'm going to be stationed right outside on my balcony. And, just casually observing the scenery. But I'm digging it. I'm digging it so far. So, I took a little break because moving will kick your ass. Even though I had movers because I wasn't doing that shit. And that shit still take a toll out of you. you know what though? I'm learning. I've learned, some stuff that you don't want the movers to touch, which they fucked up. They lost 2 of my shelves to my bookshelf, and I had to. The company sent me 2 free out of courtesy, so that was cool. But not all companies would have done that. And these 2 motherfuckers acting like they, shelves? You had shelves? Yeah, motherfucker, the ones you took. So they lost my shelves, but it's some stuff you don't want the movers to fuck with because they will fuck up. And I was like, a lot of stuff like, don't tell, yeah, I got that. Now don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I looked around, my damn truck was full of shit that I told them I'll get, and I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't blame nobody but myself. So I ended up having to unlug that shit out of my truck myself because I didn't want them to touch it. But fuck that. Next time, I'm letting them get all that shit. Fuck that. Moving is a bitch. Anyway, it's over. So I took me a little break. And I must admit, I didn't mean to take that long as I did. But, I didn't realize I was so tired. But anyway, I'm back. I'm back now. And I'm glad to be here. So let's get I almost hit a bike rider yesterday. Those motherfuckers make me sick. Those if you a bike rider, fuck you. Shit. You motherfuckers don't respect the roadways. And a lot of you motherfuckers be like, well, we got the right to the road just like car drivers. No, you don't. No, you don't. Your bike weigh about 40 pounds, if that, 30, whatever these new aluminum bikes weighing. My truck is considerably heavier. So I have the right of way. Shit. You don't need to be on the street. If you want to ride a fucking bike, go to a park or some shit. Stay the fuck out of the road. These motherfuckers be all in the road, doing rush hour traffic. You trying to get to work and shit, and they're in the way with these fucking big ass groups. You can't go around them, so you got to wait till the next 2 lane to get a pass. That shit, it shouldn't be allowed. So that's why when I see a bike rider in the hospital getting their ass split, I was like, oh, probably deserved it. Dumbass motherfuckers. I hate bike riders. Anyway. I was talking to this lady a couple of weeks ago. And it's funny, I was talking to her and she said I wasn't her type. And before I was talking, I was talking to her. I was hollering at her. I really was. But it wasn't that crucial. But I didn't realize that she didn't have any teeth. It wasn't that she didn't have teeth, but she was missing teeth, like in the front. And she told me that, you're not really my type. I don't date men with glasses. That's some shit. I mean, you don't. So and usually I usually take the high road and just keep it moving. But she kind of pissed me off. She caught me at the right time. I said, I dig that. I understand. I usually don't date women who don't have no goddamn teeth. And walked off, but I saw her in my peripheral vision with her mouth open. Like she couldn't believe I said that to her. And, maybe I shouldn't have said that to her, but oh well. She pissed me off. Don't date men with glasses. What the fuck that got to do with anything? Women are coming up with some of the strangest shit nowadays. So she caught me at a bad time. So I snapped back at her. Say, glasses. And she don't have no damn teeth in her mouth. Anyway. Let me get to the questions. First question is from Patricia. Why don't you like single mothers? Oh, shit, here we go again. You know what? I'm not answering this question again. I've answered this question probably at least 30 to 40 times. I have a whole episode why I don't date women with, with kids. It's not that I hate single mothers. I don't want what comes with them. You know, you're literally raising someone else's offspring. And I know a lot of you saying, well, that's not true. I mean, if we're married, you don't have to worry about the kids. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. How you gonna say don't worry about them? They're living under my roof. I'm providing for them. If they fuck up, I'm the one that gonna have to assist in disciplining them. I mean, they're my responsibility. So how can women say that, they're not your kids, don't worry about them? And a lot of women really believe that shit. So, I don't want to put up with it. I don't want to have to do that. And I don't have to, a lot of women don't want you hitting your, or raising or doing anything or yelling or scolding or any kind of disciplinary action. A lot of women don't want you doing it to your own kids that came out of your nuts. So they're not playing that with kids that are not yours. I don't want you hitting Johnny anymore. I don't never want to see you yelling at Sally again. I don't want to deal with that shit. Fuck that. And I don't have to. So it's not that I hate single mothers. I do not hate single mothers. I have family members that are single mothers. I don't hate them. It's just they're not for me. I don't like what they bring, which is 2 or 3 or 4 little bastards. So you will find a guy that don't care about that. They're out there. There's all kind of men that are, willing to accept another man's child or children, depending on if it's one or more. I'm not that man. That's all. I'm being honest. I'm not that man. So, Patricia, I hope I answered your question. This is the last time I want to answer that question. I have a whole episode on that shit. My first episode, number 1. That's when I was doing back with long episodes. So it's a while. But listen to that shit. That's why I don't date women with kids. It's too much trouble. It's enough trouble raising the kids coming out of your nuts. And you're increasing that trouble with somebody else coming out of somebody else's nuts. So no, I'm not the man. I'm not the one. Not that I hate them, single mothers, but I hate what they bring. All right. Next question from Stan. Stan says, my girlfriend just broke up with me. She says that I am not hygienic enough, which I totally do not understand. I take 1 shower a day and I'm always clean when I go to work. I wear cologne and so forth. What do you think? Women are hard to please these days. He put that he put an exclamation mark at the end when he said that. He said women are hard to please these days. Well, what do I think, Stan? I think your girlfriend was right. You need to bathe your stinking ass. There's no way that you can be clean with only taking 1 shower a day. I don't blame her. I don't know how long you two went together or was in a relationship, but it was a lot longer than I would have done. I don't know what people get off thinking they're clean taking 1 shower a day or 1 bath a day. I don't get that. That's the most disgusting shit I ever. So, Stan, I don't blame your girlfriend. She didn't want to make you, that's what people need to start doing. When you're in a relationship, that is the trial mode. If you don't like something you see and you bring this item to the attention to your boyfriend or your girlfriend and they don't fix it, it's time to move on. If it's something you can't live with. Now, some people can live with nasty asses, because a lot of people don't bathe their asses anyway. So, they're not bathing their ass. So it's not bothering them that their boyfriend or girlfriend not bathing their ass. So you got 2 dirty asses in. But I'm saying, if it's something they're doing that, that is really bothering you, you bring it to their attention and they still don't try to rectify it or fix it, it's time to move on. Because if you get married, you can't say anything. You say it and they'll say, and which they have a right to say, well, I was like this before we got married. So what's the problem? I done bathed my ass before we got married. Motherfuckers think because they get married, it's going to be a metamorphosis. The person goes through a whole change or some shit. All the problems go away. All the issues go away because they say I do. That's the dumbest shit I've heard. No. So if you're in a trial, which is a relationship, and you're not liking anything and they don't try to fix it, it's time to move on. So Stan, I totally agree with your girlfriend, what she did. She should have dumped your nasty ass for taking one shower a day. I mean, I can't even imagine that. I take 2 showers a day. Summertime, I might take 3. Fuck that. And depending on what I'm doing, I mean, I might get 4 in there. Who knows? Depending on how I'm feeling, what's going on. That's one thing. You will never call me dirty. There's no excuse for that. We don't live in a country where water is scarce. Wash your ass. Damn. So, Stan, I agree with your girlfriend. She should have broke up with your nasty ass. Anyway. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into the next episode because this is something that I think I should have been talked about a long time ago. And I want to talk about stalking. And of course, I got the idea from this because of what Kanye West is doing to Kim Kardashian. And for those, and I don't keep up with the blogs and all that shit. I probably should, but I don't. I mean, that shit is a full-time job to keep up with all of that shit. I would literally have to pay someone because I don't have time to keep up with all that blog shit. But for those of you who don't know the story, Kanye West, he's a rapper. He's a entertainer. He's very affluent. I think he's a billionaire now. And I know those of you know who Kim Kardashian is. She had to show the Kardashians, and she was rose to fame after the porn tape from Ray J came out, and she been on cloud 9 ever since. I think she's not a billionaire, but she's damn near close. I think she's worth like 800 or 900 million or some shit. But anyway, and I'll bring that point up to why I said how much they're worth later on. But apparently, her and Kanye are having marital problems. I guess they're getting ready to get a divorce, and she's looking like she's ready to move on. She's dating again, and it's kind of serious. They're actually fucking, and Kanye's not ready to move on. He's sending texts to her, and then he's posting it on his social media for all his fans to see, and it's becoming a real nasty situation. He bought a house like right down the street from her and all kind of shit. So it's becoming a nasty situation because, he's basically posting all of this stuff online, and his fans, crazy ass fans, are, trying to get involved and actually doing his dirty work. If they see this guy in public and they're starting to harass this guy because he's dating Kanye's soon-to-be ex-wife. And, a lot of people, it seems to me like no one is taking it serious, until, and that's how it always, happens. No one takes this kind of stuff serious until someone gets hurt, until someone gets killed, You know, who's to say one of Kanye's crazy ass fans won't do something to this guy and kill him or seriously hurt him, you know? And nobody's doing anything about it. You know, it's all a joke, you know? And now, you know, Kanye West and they have money and stuff, but it doesn't matter. This happens with regular people. You know, regular people, you know, I'm sure some of you have known someone who've been stalked by exes, you know, not ready to move on. You know, those crazy type motherfuckers who, you know, if I can't have it, nobody will. You know, and it goes both ways. There are some women stalkers as well. Men are not the only stalkers. Women stalk too. Actually, women can be more lethal than men sometimes. You know, so, but I just wanted to talk about that because I believe the laws that are currently in place do not protect people who are getting stalked until it's literally too late. You know, and a stalker, most of them are sociopaths, psychopaths, you know, so they're not thinking logically, you know, so it's makes that person very dangerous. You don't know what they're going to do. And I think the laws are in place currently today. No matter what state you're in, is very almost non-existent, I would say. It's very weak. And they don't do anything until literally it's too late. Oh, he killed her. Oh, we'll get him. We're going to bring him to justice. We're going to get her justice. You know. And this same woman who was killed, you know, she went through the whole process, getting a order to, you know, keep him at a certain distance and all kind of things. And then when that exhaust, you know, all that shit take money too now. And when all of that exhaust, you know, this guy's still, you know, and it's nothing, those laws are nothing with teeth. You know, it's not, it's like, it doesn't make a motherfucker think twice. Well, damn, if I do this, they're going to put my ass in jail for a little while. You know, it's nothing like that. There's nothing with teeth, nothing to make them think twice from doing something like this. And especially if they have money like Kanye, you know, it makes it more easy because, you know, they got money, they got lawyers and all kind of shit. So it's hard to touch them. If they're rich and affluent, you know, that's why I would never That's why I would never date Bill Gates' ex-wife, and she got a nice little ass on her too. But you know, I don't know what mental state Bill Gates is in. You know, I don't know him. You know, he might not be ready to move on. You know. I can see Bill Gates saying, "No, I don't want you around my ex anymore. But you're gonna find your ass missing." you know, that's another reason why I don't like to date women who just got out of a relationship or a marriage because you don't know what situation you're going into. And that's not even to mention if they're in law enforcement, that raises a whole different set of wheels to that whole scenario. Stalking is serious, and what Kanye is doing to it, I hate to use him as an example because he's not the only stalk in the world, but, you know, he's more current. And, you know, a lot of people know Kanye, so I'm using his ass. So what he's doing is stalking, and that shit is dangerous. That shit is dangerous, what he's doing to Kim Kardashian. Now, I don't know them. I don't know shit about Kim. I don't know, but I see what's going on. I'm not blind. He's harassing her and harassing her new boyfriend and sending texts and posting it on his social media. And now Kim's new boyfriend is kind of, I guess he's tired of it. And he said, "Why don't you leave us alone?" And, you know, we're in bed right now. So he fucking with him. You know, he's starting to fuck back with Kanye. And that's just going to get ugly, you know. And then you got kids involved. I think they have 4 or 5 kids. So the kids are seeing this shit, and some of those kids are old enough to see that this ain't right. I think at least the first two are. What's wrong with daddy? Daddy acting funny, daddy crazy. So you have kids involved. So that's, you have all these people who are involved in these strange scenarios, these stalking scenarios that could be prevented. And I think that's what we need to do in this country as a whole. We need to make stalker laws with teeth. Basically a law saying, you keep fucking with her, we're going to put your ass in jail for a while. And I'm not saying that that's the perfect, fix. But I think that'll make a lot of motherfuckers think twice. I really, I think it'll make a lot of motherfuckers think twice before, damn, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I mean, you want your family back, but, and I think someone, maybe that motherfucker, well, I know Kanye need counseling. I think he's been crazy for quite some time. But someone need to tell him, look, bro, I know you want your family back, but she don't want you. It's not going to happen. I think he sent a truckload of roses and shit, material shit. It ain't like she can buy her own roses. She's just done with him, I'm sure there's other shit that we don't know about that she's done. She's moved on. So someone need to relay that to Kanye, bro, she don't want you anymore. Move on. You're a billionaire. You can get any woman on this planet because it's not going to happen with her again. She's gone. So, somehow he's thinking he can get her back, and he's stalking her to get her back. And that could really escalate, not just for them, for any couple around the country that's going through this with an ex, whether they're a man or a woman. There are people getting stalked in this nation. And I know you heard the horror stories. Sometimes it ends bad. Someone gets at least really badly beat up, or someone gets killed. Sometimes the kids get killed. So this is nothing to take light, nothing that, it's not, this is serious. And all the organizations that, so-called fight for women, the Me Too, they ain't saying shit. They're not saying anything about this. Well, all the organizations that, that time Ray Rice, the football player, when he hit his wife, all these female organizations came out of the woodwork. Oh, he need to retire. He need to resign. And, all this shit. Where are they now? Where are they? Nobody's saying shit. I know a lot of people are saying, Kim Kardashian, she's rich, she can handle herself. No, she's getting stalked. That proves that no matter how much money you have, you can be stalked. This is something serious. And that motherfucker Kanye better be glad that Kim not my sister, because I have some for his ass. But these laws in this country need to protect people from stalkers. Before, what is it going to take for the laws to change? I know when drunk driving, it didn't change until people start getting killed. And then MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, they lobbied against these people. If you drink and drive, and they lobbied and they put pressure on politicians to change the laws. Okay, if you drive drunk now, you're going to get a DUI. You keep getting DUIs, we're going to put you at, you get in second, every state is different, but basically we're going to put your ass in jail and you pay all these fines and take your license away. And, they done something about it. They did more laws. They had laws with teeth. And I'm not saying that, obviously that wasn't the perfect fix because some people still drink and drive, but I think it helped. I really do. I think more people are responsible now. They think twice. Like, damn, do I want to drive and take a chance on getting a DUI? No, I better get this Uber. Pay $20 instead of $2,000 if I get caught. You know, and a lot of times if you get a DUI, that's like being a damn ex-convict. I mean, you treat it like a murderer or some shit. So my point is they changed the laws, but it took a lot of death. It took a lot of people being killed for politicians to actually do something about it. Is it going to take a lot of people to get killed from stalkers? How many people have to die? How many women have to die? How many men have to die? How many children have to die before this country starts to take stalking seriously? This is a serious issue. This is not anything that should be taken light, whether you're rich like Kim Kardashian or you're the everyday poor person or middle class person. Stalking can touch everybody, no matter who you are. And we as a society should demand that laws be put in place to protect people who are being stalked. Otherwise, we're going to wait until a lot of people get killed or seriously hurt or maimed, all kind of shit. Stuff that could have been prevented, or a lot of them could have been prevented. It's almost like we're standing by just watching, waiting for something to happen, because these laws are bullshit. They're not protecting anyone. I'm sure right now someone who's listening to the sound of my voice knows someone right now who's being stalked or have been stalked, or maybe you have been stalked. And you think to yourself, what is society doing about it? What is the law doing about it? What are the politicians doing about it? What is anyone doing about it? All these women organizations who, come out of the woodworks over bullshit, where are they now? Anyway, stalking is a serious thing, and it's something that we have to do something about before it's too late. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this night's episode. I'm glad to be back, and I will be back next week as well. This is a bad time of the year for me. As you know, I hate the spring. We just did the daylight saving time, spring forward. I hate the springtime. I'm not a pollen sufferer, thank God, but I hate the springtime. It's flowers and the pollen and shit flying around. It's rain and stuffy. I hate the spring. Fuck the spring. And I hate summer even more. It's just hotter. Shit. So this is not a good time of the year for me. I hate this time of year. So for those of you I like winter. That's my time. The bird months, September, but we got a long way. Well, not that long, mind you. 6 months. That's not too far, actually. That shit'll be over here before you know it. But we got to go through a lot of shit before we get to the bird months. Hurricane season, that shit is coming. So, I don't like this time of the year. But anyway, it is what it is. Continue to listen to the XY Show. I really appreciate your support. Go to my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. You can find everything on there, my old episodes as well to catch up on. All of my social media is there as well, from Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and Facebook. And I'm also there with the store. You can find any t-shirts or mugs that you might want to show everyone that you're a true X and Y. So without further ado, I will see you next week. And I want you always to remember, let's take stalking serious. And you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.